And then the day of the incident. So he went to a corner store to buy some cigarettes, and he paid with a $20 bill. And afterwards, I guess two of the men that were working there felt that the bill was counterfeit. Right. So they approached him at his car to talk to him about, I guess, getting the cigarettes back, but nothing really happened. I guess he didn't give the cigarettes back. They ended up calling the police.
Yes.
And at that point, 4 cops showed up. And, I watched a lot of the video. There was some level of interaction, but it doesn't really explain how he ended up on the ground at that point. What exactly happened that led up to that?
Ended up on the ground at what point? What do you mean?
Well, because at one point the cops actually threw him on the ground, and then right. Derek put the knee to his neck. What led up to them actually doing that?
It was my brother was claustrophobic. You know what I'm saying? Tight spaces like that, and he's a big guy, and we all know what the back of a police car look like. So it's tight. So he was claustrophobic. He was panicking. He was nervous. They thought he was resisting, but he's trying to tell them he has a condition. He's nervous. He's claustrophobic. So I guess I seen it from different angles, especially in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? So I did see at one point, he was trying to get in, and not trying to get in, they were trying to put him in, and then they got him out on the other side, and then they kind of forced him down on the floor, on the ground, to put him in. I forgot what position they said in the courtroom. The terminology they said, it was supposed to be one position they get him down so they could restrain him, but then they ended up on his stomach. It was yeah. That's how that happened. A lot of people don't see that part.
Yeah, exactly. And then Derek Chauvin put his knee on your brother's neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, which completely violated every rule in the police handbook.
Every rule.
Yeah. And while he was doing that, the other 2 officers were restraining him, and the 4th officer was basically keeping the crowd back.
Right.
When that video was released and you saw that act of brutality, what went through your head?
Well, like I said, at first, I watched that video. A lot of people said, why am I torturing myself? I watched that video at least, I want to say roughly 30, 40 times. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I saw it, and I just wanted to see if it was real. Like, what am I looking at? What is this? Are you serious? But after a while, I kind of blocked that out, and I just was, I blocked out what was going on. I just listened to his voice, because at that point, I know he was gone. So, how people have their telephones and voicemail, and they call the voicemail just to hear the voice. That was my way of hearing his voice. I didn't have no voicemail. I didn't have no. I only have one video of him when we first met, and his voice is very faint. I can't really hear it. So, but that I can hear his voice. So I just kept it like that. Just kept watching it, looking at that. But as I saw that, at first, everybody see me talking peace and love now and everything, and it took me a while to get there. At first, I was angry, very angry, because I was just like, first of all, I wasn't there to help my brother. Nobody he knew, was family or whatever, was there to help him. You know what I'm saying? So he was lonely. Then to, see that even the police officers, they didn't care. You know what I'm saying? So it was some anger at first, but then I had to channel that, because if I walk around here angry, is that really making a change in this world? It's just keeping the cycle going. So I definitely had to calm it down, and all right, I'm gonna channel my anger towards the movement, and that's when I started We Are Floyd, my nonprofit organization, to help the community, help with mental illness, help with people that's going through things and need help. Go to different organizations and get the resources to make my culture, make my community better.